We have already studied the factors affecting consumer behavior or the determinants of consumer behavior. Now, there are certain concepts regarding consumer behavior. These are called consumer behavior models. It's very important for a company to know and understand the consumer's response towards different product features, prices, and advertising appeals, as well as their effects on the product, getting a competitive edge over the other products. Stimulus response model of buyer behavior help to understand how customers make decisions while purchasing products. There are two types of models. One is the traditional model, second one is the contemporary model. Traditional model includes economic model, psychoanalytic model, learning model, and sociological model. And again, a contemporary model consists of Howard Shate model, Nicosia model, stimulus response model, and Engel, Blackwell, and Muard model. Now we'll discuss each of these models separately. First of all, under the traditional model, the number one is economic model. This model focuses on the act of purchase of an average consumer, explains what a consumer would purchase and in what quantity. A consumer will not buy more than what he needs, whatever is his requirement, and what he will purchase. He will purchase only which has the most important utility for him at the moment. According to economic model of consumer behavior, consumers try to maximize the utility form of products on the basis of law of diminishing marginal utility. You must have studied this law of diminishing marginal utility in economics. The desire of consumers to obtain maximum gains by spending a minimum amount acts as the core for the derivation of this model. As the consumer has limited resources, he has a limited amount of money, so he will try to buy things which give them the maximum utility benefits. So this is the basic of economic model. This is a very rational and a very practical model that people will go for getting. They will try to get the maximum utility from minimum expenditure. Next is learning model. This model is based on idea that consumers' behavior is governed by the need to satisfy basic and learned needs. Basic needs include food, clothing, and shelter, while learned needs include fear and guilt. Thus, a consumer will have a tendency to buy things that will satisfy their needs and provide satisfaction. A hungry customer may pass up on buying a nice piece of jewelry to buy some food, but later go back to purchase the jewelry once hunger is satisfied. We have also learned in Maslow's law of hierarchy of needs. First of all, everyone tries to satisfy his basic needs, that is, of food, clothing, and shelter. And after that, other needs come. But here also, learning model, the concept is that the consumer will, if he is hungry or if he is thirsty, he will go to have some food or water before buying any other item or any other product. This is learning model. Next comes psychoanalytical. Psychoanalytical model takes into account the fact that consumer behavior is influenced by both the conscious and the subconscious mind. The three levels of consciousness discussed by Sigmund Freud is ID, ego, and superego, which we have already discussed. All work to influence one's buying decision and behaviors. A hidden symbol in a company's name or logo may have an effect on a person's subconscious mind and may influence him to buy that product instead of a similar product from another company. If we are not ready to purchase anything instantly, but still we know we have some knowledge about that product through some advertisements. Suppose there are mobile phones of two companies, out of which one is Sony and another one is any local company. So we have seen the logo of Sony company or Adidas company or Nike. They have got a brand value. We remember the logos of this company. So whenever we decide to purchase that particular product, our subconscious mind reminds us of the company or the logo we have already seen. So psychologically, a person is influenced to buy a product from a definite company or some definite products. Then comes the sociological model. As per this model, an individual buyer is a part of the institution called society. A buyer gets influenced by it and in turn also influences it in its path of development. The interaction with all the set of society leave some impressions on him and may play a role in influencing his buying behavior. The marketers, through a process of market segmentation, can work out on the common behavior patterns of a specific class and group of buyers and try to influence their buying patterns. Family, friends, and close associates exert the maximum influence. Opinion leaders influences the lifestyle and buying behavior of an individual. So, in short, the meaning of this sociological model is that a consumer's buying decision is influenced by his family, by his friends, or the society he is living in. He seems to maintain a status, a standard of living in his society. So he'll try to purchase things which are at par with the standards of the society he is living in. So sociologically, family, friends, and opinion leaders they influence consumers' buying behavior. So these are the traditional models of consumer buying behavior: economic, learning, psychoanalytic, and sociological. Now, in contemporary models, there are four models again. One is Howard Shate model. In attempt to explain the irrationality of choice of the product by the consumer, under conditions of incomplete information and reduced processing capability. It substantiates the complexity involved in consumer behavior and takes into consideration various factors like attitude of consumer, their perceptions, the learning capacity that influences the consumer behavior. This model is based on four variables that are input variable. Input variable means significant stimuli, symbolic and social stimuli. Output variables, hypothetical constructs, and exogenous variables. Significant stimuli refers to the tangible product characteristics like uniqueness, quality, availability, price, service, etc. Symbolic refers to perception of an individual about a particular product characteristics. Social stimuli, family, reference groups, background and consumers, financial status. Output refers to the final purchase decision and satisfaction or dissatisfaction levels of a consumer after making a purchase. High satisfaction results in elevated brand performance, while dissatisfaction leads to lower brand performance. Now, hypothetical constructs. Hypothetical constructs include psychological variables like motivation, attitude, learning, and perception influence the decision making process of a consumer. We have already studied, while studying the determinants or the factors affecting consumer behavior, we have learned it under the psychoanalytic behavior that motivation and perception, attitude, learning are all these influence the consumer buying behavior. Perceptual constructs and learning constructs. Perceptual construct deals with the way the individual perceives and responds to the information from the input variable, accounting for stimulus ambiguity and perceptual bias. Whereas learning deals with the stages from the buyer's motives to his satisfaction in a buying situation. So, what is the difference? In simple words, the difference between perceptual and learning is that a person, a consumer, has some perception. He perceives about some product psychologically that this product will be good. According to him, that product will be good. So he'll go for that. Whereas in learning, it comes out from his experience. If he buys it, if he is satisfied by the product, then only he will go to purchase that product again. Now, exogenous. What is exogenous? Exogenous, indirect influence exerted on the decision making process of consumer by factors such as financial status, social class, necessity to purchase, and personality traits of individuals. These are external factors that influence the consumer buying behavior. A person may want to buy something, but if he does not have the financial status to buy that, he cannot buy. So these kind of external features, these are called exogenous stimulus. Next comes Engel Collat Blackwell model. This model is essentially a conscious problem solving and learning model of consumer behavior. This model has a good description of active information seeking and evaluation process of consumers, reflecting consumer behavior process during choosing a product and service. In this model of consumer behavior, they view consumer behavior as a decision process and identify five activities occurring in decision process over a period of time. What are these five activities? They are problem or need recognition. This we have already discussed in the steps in buying process. Problem and need recognition, comparing, information search, second stage, then evaluation of alternatives, then choice, and the outcome means it may be positive, it may be negative. You may go for the purchase or you may not go for the purchase. Now comes Nicosia model. Nicosia model shows relationship between the company and the consumer. They arise between them for mutual communication. Company communicates with consumers through promotional activities while consumers by making purchases. There is an interaction between the company and the consumer. How? The company inform the consumers about their products through advertisements, through promotional activities. In turn, the consumer react by purchasing the product. Consumer attitudes is shaped by information from the market. In this area, information flows from the source of their creation to the recipient. Research and evaluation. Consumer is looking for information about specific products and gives them value. During evaluation, the consumer allocates appropriate weight to each information piece. Next comes act of purchase. Motivation established in advance by consumer prompts him to acquire the product. Consumer finally buy the product and then comes the feedback. Lastly, the stimulus response model. Marketing and other stimuli enter the buyer's black box and produce certain choice purchase response. What do we mean by black box? You must have heard that every aeroplane has a black box where the entire data is recorded. Similarly, we have a black box in our head which is called a brain. The brain holds the informations about certain things that it comes across. So here in stimulus response model, it says marketing and other stimuli enter the buyer's black box and produce certain choice purchase responses. Marketers must figure out what is inside of the buyer's black box and how stimuli are changed to responses. Marketing stimuli consists of the four P's: product, price, place, promotion. Other stimuli include major forces and events in the buyer's environment, economic, technological, political, and cultural. All these inputs enter the buyer's black box where they are turned into a set of observable buyer's responses. Product choices, brand choice, dealer choice, purchase timing, purchase amount, these all depend upon the stimuli. The information we get through advertisement or through sales promotion activities or through some other sources like internet, leaflets, advertisements, and all these things. So we come to know about the features of the product, the price of the product, where it is available. So all these activities, the four P's of marketing, the informations regarding the four P's or the marketing mix of the product remains in our minds, and at the time of purchase these informations come out from the black box and they influence the consumers to buy the products. So these are the concepts that are called consumer behavior models. So this is all in this video. We will be coming up with the next topic in our next video. Thank you all.